It's here, World Update number 4. It has just been released, although a few hours back, and it contains a lot of additions. The first thing which is great is that it contains my home country, the Netherlands, and it contains a lot of points of interest, which Asobo posted a nice list of. I looked to the list, and one of the observations is that a lot has been added to France, and only a few ones have been added to the Netherlands, Belgium and Luxembourg. Based on the, I would say, types of buildings, it mostly bridges, churches, cathedrals, some soccer stadia are on the list. So I'm really wondering how it looks like, right, when using it. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not going to go to the full list, so have a look at it yourself and go to flightsimulator.com and you will find the full list there. Besides those points of interest, there are 3 handcrafted airports: Majev Airport, Nice Côte d'Azur, and Rotterdam The Hague Airport, my favorite airport, as you might have seen on my previous videos. So this is probably the first one I'm gonna have a look at. In addition to the airports, there are photogrammetry updates for Paris and Amsterdam. Wondering if Paris is compatible with the ORBX Paris City Pack, but I will check it and will let you know. And there are visual and logical improvements for 100 additional airports. So you can see a lot has been added to flights or to World Update number 4. In addition to the sceneries, airports, there are 2 activities being added: the landing challenge at La Salette and a bush trip in the Pyrenees and the Alps. So cool stuff being added. As always, the World Update also comes with fixes, and that's what you can find in this section. So this is the World Update, the fixed reduction of 3 displays, and there's a water mask update. All nice, all to make it better. If we look at the user interface, there are 2 languages being added, Japanese and Dutch. Dutch my primary language, but probably I will still use the English version. And there's a correction in the fuel weight calculation based on what it displays here. If we go to the plane section, there are 2 interesting parts. I would say there are liveries being added. One, the S7 Airbus, and one, the KLM Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner livery. So let's have a look at it in a few minutes. And there are some fixes like displays which are not switching on, and some issues for specific aircrafts. Also some issues with altimeters, and a specific fix for the Diamond DA for the NG speed, which was not correct. For joystick input devices, there's the honeycomb device issue which has been fixed. Don't have a honeycomb, so I can't say if there was an issue with. And there are some activities where the autopilot has been fixed and a fixed sim rate speed has been changed. If we look at the developer part, there are a lot of additional things. One of the things which is jumping out is of course this piece. There's an issue, or it now contains an, let's say, flag which can mark a package as compatible for Xbox and or PC. So that means that Asobo is still working on it. And there's an airport creation wizard to ease the creation of new airports. I'm only gonna have a look at that, although I'm not, I would say, too keen on developing new stuff for a flight simulator itself. Leave that up to the other people. Then there were a lot of documentation updates. You can find them on docs.flightsimulator.com. And if we would go down to the list, you can see that there are issues being fixed in multiple editors, where I think the scenery editor did get most attention because there are a lot of fixes in which prevent crashes, bugs. In this case, the editor was there was only one change to the initial zoom value, which has changed. Keep in mind there's a known issue that has to do with the real-time cinematic, that there sometimes is a scenario where the cockpit becomes unresponsive if the RTC finishes and proceed into the flight. Please make sure to click the fly now button before the RTC ends. So all fine. So let's have a look at it. So we're now gonna jump to Flight Simulator and have a look at how it looks like. So the first thing you can see is that the Notre Dame La Salette landing challenge has been added here. So what it is, you need to land on a runway with grass into the mountains. Looks like a pretty complicated one, but as you can see, people have already tried it, and I challenge you to also try it and post your score into the comment box of this video. I will also try it, and I will also post the score, of course. In addition to that, if we go to the activities, you would expect that the bush trip is displayed here, but I installed the update, didn't restart Flight Simulator yet, and I didn't see the bush trip here appearing yet, so probably need to restart Flight Simulator before it appearing here. Keep in mind that once you install the update, you still need to install the World Update number 4, and you can do it by going to the marketplace. You can select the download and buy option. It's free for existing Flight Simulator users, and there it will add a lot of stuff, as you can see. So there's a lot of fixes also for other airports which I saw, and you can see everything is up to date, so that's fine. If something appears that's not up to date, like what you currently see, hey, there's an update for this one, for several other airports, then consider to update those things, because that will really fix the issues. And you can either you do select all and then say download select updates. As you can see, it's pretty large. It's 450 megabytes, so we'll do it later on, but don't forget to install those updates. So let's have a look what has been added, because that's something you can really easily see on the maps. All the exclamation marks are new stuff. And if we would focus around the Amsterdam area, there are several exclamation marks here. So several buildings got an update, like the Royal Palace and the Oude Kerk and the Pythonbrug and the Rijksmuseum. And there are some soccer stadium, Johan Cruyff Arena, and some pieces around Rotterdam. Rosmers Bridge is probably the most popular. Keep in mind that there is one also available in the community, so you might need to remove that one to get the new one from Asobo working. If we would look at Belgium, there are also some new updates, some soccer stadia, the panorama of the Battle of Waterloo, really interesting to look there. And then if we would go down further to the south, you can see France, and France contains all kind of exclamation marks, which means a lot of updates there, which is kind of expected, right? Asobo is France, is a company based in France, so it was expected that they would have added most updates here. So I'm really looking forward to flying there. As mentioned, there are 2 liveries as part of this new world update. The first one is in the A320neo, and you need to scroll almost to the end, and there you will find the S7 Airbus, which is in addition to the World Travel and the Aviators Club delivery, and for some people you've got another delivery. I think it specifically was for beta users. And there's the one for the 787-10 Dreamliner, which was the KLM livery. So let me move to the end and then also move back, and here you will find the KLM one. I expected it is this one because the Asobo ones are always at the end of the list in most cases. So there are several ones which have now been added to Flight Simulator and are available for you for the 787. I was hoping that they would have updated the 787 itself, because there are still some issues with that airplane. Think we went to all the issues, all the new things, because there's nothing added to the flight training section, unfortunately. I would have hoped that they would have added some more stuff to it. If you want to update or buy some additional things, there's now a sale going on in the marketplace, so have a look at the sale and buy if you want something additional in addition to World Update number 4. Here ends this video. Hope you liked it. If you liked it, then consider to use the like button. If you've got questions or comments, then use the comment box below the video. Also let me know what your experience is with the latest update, right? Is it working fine? Do you experience some issues? Let me know, because I'm really curious about what your experience with it. And if you of course did the landing challenge, then don't forget to post the score in the comment box. If you would like to stay up to date about new videos I'm posting, then consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.